Hey guys, so we have some information for Legends here. It looks like they are releasing a free-to-play Coat Vegeta from the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, and it is labeled a part of the Legends Festival. So let's go ahead and take a look at the actual preview here. It's only 12 seconds long. For some reason, they just didn't care about including other things besides just a special move, but let's go ahead and look at it, and then we'll talk about what he's doing.
No time to be playing around. Got it! That didn't even count as a warm-up.
Alright, so yeah, obviously very plain and simple. I feel like the reason they didn't actually give him or show off the basic attack animations or anything like that is because they're just reused. Which is okay, I guess, for a free-to-play unit. I would have preferred that they actually put like more effort into the animations, but I assume that's the reason why they didn't show them off here. But Winter Ready Vegeta is coming. Interesting name. He boosts damage inflicted by allies by 30% and Ki recovery by 40% for 60 timer counts from battle start. Tag Vegeta family characters will enjoy a health buff with his Z ability. Be sure to get him in the event. So the first thing I notice here is, let's actually go here and pull up something. The first thing I noticed is the buff that he gives, it does not specify that it is limited to Vegeta family. It just says by allies. It doesn't say a tag. Usually they specify the tags, even in the Twitter previews. So I'm looking at Frieza, right? This first form LF Frieza, an LF unit. Frieza, what he does when he supports the team is he gives 25% and 25% damage inflicted and then 50% to Ki recovery. This Vegeta is giving 30% to damage and 40% to Ki recovery. That's a very comparable, if almost identical buff that an LF character is giving to the team. Assuming this is actually, applied to every character and not just Vegeta family. That's a very good buff. But the caveat with that is it's only for the first 60 timer counts. I will say that the meta is still very, very fast. But with UI Goku now in the meta and sort of like being one of the more powerful units that you can run into and use in the game, his presence has sort of like prolonged the average length of each match, because if your opponent's able to use him well, you can stall out the game to 100, 120, 130 plus counts. So we're starting to see matches go more go longer and more into like I guess the last third of the timer countage, so the 120 counts plus. So while 60 counts is going to probably be most of the length of most battles, there's going to be instances where this does fall off, and I feel like you're going to notice that once it does fall off, because 40% Ki recovery is actually pretty significant, especially when paired up with units that have high base Ki recovery. Like a lot of the LOE units have high base Ki recovery. And then he gives Tag Vegeta family a health Z ability. So let's go ahead and pull up Vegeta family real quick. I guess we'll just use Vegeta family right here. And if we take a look at the actual buffs that they're getting from these units, I don't think there's a single health Z ability on this team, which is pretty good because units like this Rage Trunks are still very tanky. The only thing that was holding him back a lot up until this point was the fact that there was no health Z ability buff for this team. So you really were forced to run either like a hybrid health buff, like the yellow Gohan from like a million years ago, or someone like that, to really give this team the extra boost that it needed. But if you did that, the problem with that is that it wouldn't actually give any of the Vegeta units the health buff because they're not hybrids. So now that we have a Vegeta family health buff, that's going to be a blanket buff for the entire team, including Trunks and Vegetas. Now we're starting to see, this team coming together and actually be more, a bigger force to be reckoned with in the metagame. The only thing I will say is this team has pretty much 0 Zenkai units. I mean, I guess you can use this red Trunks down here. Is that the only Zenkai unit this team has? Yeah, looks like it's the only one, I think. Unless I'm forgetting someone. Yeah, I think this Trunks is literally the only Zenkai unit for this team, and he's specifically... Well, he's more geared towards hybrids because his Zenkai ability is buffing hybrids. Yeah, this team doesn't really have a strong Zenkai unit, so I mean, this is one of those tags alongside like GT that doesn't really have a mainstay Zenkai unit. So this is a good step forward for the team, for the Vegeta family team, but I wouldn't really say that this is like, oh my god, now you all of a sudden able to use Vegeta family and they're really good now. I don't think it's that big of a deal. This Vegeta certainly looks good just based off of what he's doing from the Twitter preview. Obviously, we'll see him come out tomorrow. By the way, he is free, because it says be sure to get him in the event. So keep that in mind. This is a free character. So from what I'm seeing, I think this Vegeta is going to be a good asset to the Vegeta family team. He's also obviously going to be on Saiyans. He's going to be on movies. You know, all those tags. So, going to be a good asset to those teams. But his main tag is going to be Vegeta family. I don't think it's going to skyrocket Vegeta family up to like tier Z or whatever. But it's going to help them out for sure. It's going to be one step forward for the team, but they need more. Moving on, we do have, let's go back to the news real quick. Maintenance is announced for tomorrow. Also, we have an app update, which is very small. I think it only fixed a few bugs. Yeah, it's just a few bugs right here. So make sure you update your app before you play. We have emergency maintenance, not this one, not this one. There's, yeah, down here, maintenance notice. Okay, so here's where things get interesting, right? So first of all, I don't think this is the big thing that's coming to the game for New Year's, right? Like, again, New Year's last year, on the 21st, right now it's the 15th of December. The 21st is next Monday. So on the 21st or 22nd, we will see a gigantic banner drop. I am telling you right now, we will see it. If it's not next week, it'll be the week after, but you know, one of those 2 weeks, they're not skipping New Year's. They just will. There's no chance they're skipping New Year's. I understand the UI Goku Step Up banner is around until the 12th of January. They do not care. They will drop another Step Up banner with LFs. People are saying, oh, you know, if they drop Gogeta Blue, he's not going to be an LF. I'm telling you right now, they will not drop a non-LF right now. They want to capitalize on this. And now that we know that Coat Vegeta from the BROLY movie is coming, I'm like 99% sure it's Gogeta Blue at this point. Like it's very, very clear. They're not gonna just not drop Gogeta Blue again. It's 2 years into the game. We've had our, you know, song and dance where, oh, like why didn't they drop Gogeta Blue for BROLY when the movie came out? This is it. This is finally the time. I'm telling you. So that's what's coming in for the free unit, right? And I assume that they would drop a Goku. There's no preview for a Goku right now. But the odd thing about that is there's also no preview in the news about any event coming up, and it specifically says get him in the event. So I'm cautious to say that this is all we're getting. They could also drop a free-to-play Goku, Coat Goku, because they haven't dropped any, you know, coming soon event thing in the news here, which they generally do for new events, and we don't see that here. So I'm not going to say that there's definitely a Goku coming, but it seems likely to me, based off of the fact that they haven't dropped anything in the news yet in terms of a preview for that event. The maintenance notice. The maintenance is only for summons. You know when we see that? You know when we see only summon maintenance? When there's a Zenkai. That's when we see only summon maintenance pop up for Legends. So what I think is going to happen is we get this Vegeta tomorrow in an event. Whether or not there's a Goku coming with him, I don't know. But you know, either there is or there isn't in an event tomorrow. This drops. And then we will see a Zenkai. And if I had to say, I would probably say the Zenkai is going to tie to the BROLY movie. And that's going to build up for next week's reveal, or whenever they decide to reveal it. Maybe it'll be over the weekend, right? Because it's, you know, the reveal has to be before he drops a blue Gogeta unit on a step up. You know, big time, biggest unit ever released or something. Like, it's going to be crazy. So we can go ahead and take a look at the actual, where's the Vegeta? Right here. We can go ahead and take a look at the actual movies team, and we can single out units that could receive a Zenkai that were from the BROLY movie. Let's go ahead and do that. So BROLY and Chile, I don't think they're going to get one. They're pretty new, and they're not really super popular, but I mean, they're a candidate, I guess. Then we have not many options. We have this BROLY Fury, who I was talking about in my video yesterday. You could definitely see one. I don't know if he would be summonable. I guess they would have a summonable option, which would make sense for this maintenance being only the summon, right? I mean, really, there really aren't that many options here. Like Purple BROLY, are they really going to Zenkai Purple BROLY? I personally don't think that we're ready for a Purple BROLY Zenkai. They literally don't have to do anything. His kit is good enough. I don't think we're going to get a Purple BROLY Zenkai. I don't. I wouldn't be surprised if we did, but I don't think he's coming now. I think we're way more likely to get a Zenkai of the free red Fury BROLY. They could also go ahead and throw a Zenkai for Bardock. I don't really see many people using Bardock anymore, but he's not really that old. He's only like a year old. What else we got here? This blue Super Saiyan Gogeta. Because of the fact, I would say it's probable, but because we literally just got a Zenkai for this red Gogeta, I don't think they're going to do this guy yet. And then is that it? I mean, Nappa Young, I don't know if they really would do that. I think it makes more sense for this guy over. If they're going to do a free-to-play unit, I would much rather think they would do the BROLY over the Nappa. And I think that's it. I mean, the God Vegeta, the Super Saiyan God Vegeta, the yellow one down here, could also get one. That's a good option. There's really no like OP yellow God Key unit. I mean, Shoppa's the best yellow God Key unit, but this team could really use a helping hand for sure. And I guess he would go really well with this Vegeta coming out now to further boost the Vegeta family team if you wanted to throw that guy on the team. So honestly, my two candidates who I think are going to get a Zenkai are going to be this yellow Super Saiyan God Vegeta or the red Fury Broly. So that's what I'm predicting we'll see in tomorrow's maintenance. Other than that, we just have to wait and see. Tomorrow I will be doing my typical breakdown video when this data download drops with the Vegeta and whatever Zenkai we're getting, because I'm like 90% sure we're going to get a Zenkai as well. And then I imagine next week, so a week from today, we will see the big Daddy Gogeta Blue, I think. I'm like almost positive at this point. Like all the signs are pointing to it. Accept it at this point. It's definitely coming. New Year's, biggest celebration of the year for JP, besides anniversary technically, but it's, you know, for Japan as a nation, it's the biggest holiday. So that's where we're at here. You guys can let me know down below what you think. We also have this small event here that came out, which is 500 Z power in total if you do this every single day. So again, it's just free Z power. Make sure you do this every day. It takes like 5 seconds. Just do this. Yeah, that's pretty much everything we are getting here. Let me know down below if you guys are excited. This Vegeta is obviously really good addition to the game. He's the first free-to-play unit since Kakarot Goku back in like March or April or something. It's like absurd. It's been a long time since we got a new free-to-play unit and not just a Zenkai of an existing one. So that's it. Let me know down below what you guys' thoughts are on this. And with that, I will see you all in the next one.